Call the meeting to order for Executive and Finance Subcommittee dealing with political donations. In front of you, you should have a revised list. The original list was in your book, provided 10 days prior to the meeting. And Councilman Hoskin, I believe you are a guest, but if you would honor us with a prayer today.
All right. Lord, thank you for once again for this opportunity to come together and do the business of the Cherokee people. As we go about that business, let's always remember the least among us and try to work for them. In the Lord's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Sarah Helen Watts.
Ani.
Jack Baker.
Here.
Bill England.
Here.
Bill John Baker.
Here.
Harley Buzzard.
Here.
Bradley Cobb.
Honey.
Jody Fishinghawk. Here. Janelle Fulbright. Here. Don Garvin.
Honey.
China Glory Jordan.
Present.
We have one.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. In front of you, I think that we have adopted the method of going one by one to approve. So the first one to entertain is federal PAC dollars, and there's $10,000 for the National Republican Senatorial Committee, NRSC. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Move to be approved.
Is that a conflict of interest? No, just kidding. Do I have a second?
Make sure Jack saw number 2 on there.
Can I get a balance from the committee? Do I have a second from a
second
need?
it.
Okay. So 10,000. Yes.
I just want to ask what their position on Indian issues nationally has been. Maybe Ginger could
Ginger,
enlighten
could you
us?
please, or Chief Smith, and avail us of the Republican platform on Indian
The
issues?
Republicans or this particular group,
This particular group.
senatorial, U.S. Republican senators have actually been fairly helpful. They generally understand what a contract and a treaty is. They've been slow to respond to inflammatory reactions by the House. So I think a number of the senior committee members of the Senate's Indian Affairs Committee are Republican. In fact, Coburn and several of those. So they're supportive.
Thank you, Chief Smith. Did that answer your question, Councilwoman? You're welcome. I mean, these are a large amount of money, so if you have additional questions.
I guess my concern is specific issues that they have been helpful on. Have we been able to get them to respond to issues of importance for Cherokee Nation?
Chief, did you want to respond to that?
A lot of the groups like this, PACs, are helpful with the leadership, and the leadership has been helpful for us.
Chief, do we have any way of identifying when we give money to PACs like this as to what they actually use the money for?
They use it for senatorial campaigns.
But we don't know what senators they might decide to use it on.
And actually, it's a pretty good investment because it leverages that out. Not only does the senator who receives it remember us, but the committee itself remembers us. So when we need some help, we actually have a broader sphere of influence. The senatorial committee can tell us, here's one of our members on this particular committee. We can help put a good word in for you. So it's fairly decent leverage.
And do we know whether any of our other entities are also giving money to the same PAC groups?
It's my belief we're the only one, the Cherokee Nation.
Councilwoman, did you have any additional questions?
No, but he might want to just go ahead and enlighten us on the second one because I'm going to ask the same questions in helping me make my determination on how to vote.
If there's no objections, even though it's not brought forward as a motion, we'll go ahead and hear from Chief Smith on the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee.
Well, we need all the friends we need in both houses, and this is it's just like the Republicans. It's a way to leverage the funds that we contribute And of course, there's Democrats in Indian Affairs and there's Republicans in Indian Affairs. Then it's not only Indian Affairs, there can be other issues, health care. On occasion, the Judiciary Committee considers land reform issues. To draw a line from between the dollar and the particular senator on a particular issue is going to be very difficult to do.
Did you have any other questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Chief Smith. The question before us is to approve $10,000 for the National Republican Senatorial Committee. We have a motion by Jack Baker and a second by Janelle Fulbright. If there are no other questions, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
We have two with Time Gloria Jordan and Jody Fishing Hawk. And our next one is $10,000 for the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Don Garvin in a second. Bill Anglin. Are there any additional questions? Are there any additional questions? Seeing no additional questions, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Both Jody Fishing Hawk and Tony Time Gloria Jordan. Next, we have Senator Harry Reid for $2,400. Yes.
I'll second it.
Although Councilman Cobb had his hand
I'm
raised.
just curious why he was targeted. Is there a specific reason on that, or?
He's the leader of the Democratic run Senate.
Other than that?
And he was very helpful in preserving our NAHASA funds last term. So if you wanted a line-to-line correlation, Councilman, that's one you could find.
So he was instrumental in saving our
Yes.
NAHASA funding?
Yes.
Thank you, Chief Smith. I have a motion by Don Garvin to approve Harry Reid's donation for $2,400, and I had a second from Janelle Fulbright. Are there any other questions? Seeing no other questions, all those in favor of the $2,400 donation for Senator Harry Reid, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Passed unanimously. Okay, now we move on to states, and we have executive offices. We have $5,000 for Oklahoma Insurance Commissioner Kim Holland. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I move to be approved.
We have a motion by Jack Baker. Do we have a second? And then we'll have discussion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Harley Buzzer. Okay, open the floor for discussion. Tanya Gloria Jordan.
Same question?
Same question.
Good. It's a good question. She's been very helpful and was highly recommended by Melissa Gower because she helps control the Medicaid, Medicare, other kind of health and reimbursement policies and such. And she's bent over backward to help us to advance that. So that is a good line-to-line investment on return.
Additionally, in her race, her opponents are not Cherokee, is that right?
That's correct. I don't know who her opponents are, but we have not heard to any degree that there was.
That's an additional question I'll be asking on the rest of them.
Okay, we've not heard that her opponents did.
Are there any other questions concerning Kim Holland? Any other questions? Seeing no other questions, all those in favor of the $5,000 for Kim Holland signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Passed unanimously. Now we have Oklahoma Governor Jerry Askin in a donation of $5,000.
I move that we approve items 5, 6, and 7 together to the 3 leading gubernatorial candidates.
Do I hear a second? We have a motion by Jack Baker and a second by Bill John.
Even though it's twice as much as the Democrats.
Just because we have 2 contenders and you don't. Okay. So, yes, you want to hear?
My question on this one is, why don't we just wait until some of them are knocked out and just go for the top, look at the top four at that point. Because, and I'm not opposed to any of these folks, but we've got Jerry Askins running against Drew Edmondson. Why don't we just wait? Because they're not going to be able to do squat for us once they're kicked out.
Part of it is also, each of these folks have been a friend of the Cherokee Nation in some particular form or fashion. Askins, Edmondson, and Fallon. And it's one of those issues is that you don't know who's going to win. They've all have been friends, and they all can be friends. And so it's a legitimate way to maintain those relationships that will ultimately impact the Cherokee Nation.
Councilwoman, did you have any other questions?
Well,
Do you want me to come back to you because I have somebody waiting?
yeah.
Okay. Councilman Hoskin?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Did Congressman Fallon vote against the stimulus package?
I
don't know if you
imagine
guys
the
know
entire
that.
delegation did. Except,
Entire
in fact, I think Warren did too.
Yeah.
I think so too. Did she vote for the Indian healthcare reauthorization, or was that before the House in her term?
She's always been supportive of that. When she voted against the health reforms, I don't know what her vote was on, but Indian
Wasn't the
reauthorization,
healthcare reform wrapped up in
it
the
was the Obama package, yes.
Okay. I guess we'll be sure to press her on that because
She really has been helpful, especially with the Freedman issue and some other places making some introductions. She was very supportive when she was a lieutenant governor.
Okay, thank you.
Does the committee have any other questions? This motion combines 3 individual donations.
I'd ask for division of the question so that we vote on each one of them separately.
Okay. Division has been called. As chair, I'm just going to divide it so that it's a done deal. Okay, so, yes, Mr. Baker?
Sidebar. I think we have to abstain as part of the officials. If we're doing an individual.
I'm chair,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I'm not abstaining.
Okay.
Yep, so,
As a party official, I have to abstain on the 2 Democrat things. I can't be involved in either Democrat in a primary, so I'll have to be abstaining on this one.
oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will abstain as well. So, okay. We're going to vote on these individually. We have $5,000 for Jerry Askins' gubernatorial campaign. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Abstain.
I'll abstain as well. Now we have set passes with 2 abstentions. We have Oklahoma Governor Drew Edmondson, or gubernatorial campaign for Drew Edmondson, $5,000. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Abstain.
Abstain. We have Oklahoma Governor Mary Fallon's gubernatorial campaign for $5,000. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Aye. We have 2 nays and we have 2 abstentions. I abstain. So the 2 nays were Tina and Jody, and then the 2 abstentions are us. Bill, John, and myself. Yes, Janelle.
Yes, we're getting down to the lieutenant governor, and we have deferred that to later. And I disagree with this. Senator Corn has called me, I don't know how many times, and he's a very good friend of mine. He's a very effective leader. And he is not a man of wealth. He needs some help now, not later. And he's not my senator. Senator Wilson is my senator, but I'm right on the line. He's been very helpful with a lot of things with our, especially our historical clubs there in Sequoia County that deal with the Trail of Tears Museum, things like that.
So Councilwoman Fulbright, are you directing this question at Chief Smith?
I just want to know how I can get him on this list now, and this is when he needs the help, not when, I don't know if he'll make it later. That's what, he calls me on the phone and he asks me, can I help him? And I'm going to do what I can to help him, so that is my...
Chief Smith, would you like to respond?
No.
Well, we understand that Kenneth Corn is the only Democrat running, and so he doesn't need money for a primary. And runoff in the general election, he'll have,
I didn't hear you, Chief.
according to us, of those who filed, Corn is the only one who's filed for the Democratic seat. So he doesn't have a primary, so we can defer him until the general. In the Republican, there's 5 that's filed for the Republican lieutenant governor seat, so we think it's wise to just wait till the runoff, then we would know who the Republican candidate is and the Democrat candidate. So Corn doesn't need any money until the general, and we can reconsider all the lieutenant governor seats at that time.
Councilwoman Fulbright, are you satisfied, or did you have additional questions for Chief Smith?
No, but I'd still rather give him the money now than later.
Thank you. Councilwoman Jordan?
Well, if we're going to give him the money, what would be the problem of giving him the money now?
We would have to make the decision, are we going to give the Republican candidate money too?
Well, no, we can defer them because there's 5 of them.
I know, but if the principle is we're going to give equal amounts to both the Democrat and the Republican, we could do Mr. Corn today with the understanding that whoever wins the Republican primary, we ought to give them the same amount.
Councilwoman, did you have any other questions?
Well, is that the principle of this group, that we just give money to both sides and we don't care who wins? The guy that wins the Republican nomination may be totally against all Indian issues. I mean, I thought we were looking at them from their stand on Indian issues, and not particularly that we were trying to cover our bets on both sides. That's kind of like going to horse races and bet on every horse.
Well,
So somewhere you're going to win. I don't know that the horse appreciates it, though.
well, I think I concur with you. We would not automatically give to the Republican, but it'd be a consideration at that time.
If he was good on Indian issues, I'd say, yes, let's give him some money. But if he's one of these guys that we have in Oklahoma City that's basically run us down and grabbed our money anyway, I think we ought to consider...
You're not getting an argument from me.
Okay, well, we agree on something there, Chief.
Twice down the term.
I would make a motion that we give Mr. Senator, is he already a senator?
He's Senator Corn, yes.
On the recommendation of Janelle, that she knows him, knows how he votes, knows his position on issues, and knows his need for money, that we give Senator Corn his money now.
I'll second it.
We do have to have concurrence, just for the note of the committee. We'll have to have concurrence from Chief Smith.
I would
for
concur.
this. Okay, so they concur. So we have Tanya Lori Jordan made the motion. We have Janelle Fulbright seconded. We have concurrence. $5,000. So is there any other discussion about Senator Corn for Lieutenant Governor for $5,000? Is that what you're...
Good enough.
Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
So it passed with 1 nay for Cobb. Did you still want to speak?
No, I'm good.
And just to kind of address the general question asked by Councilwoman Jordan, is I think that we kind of have a balance of both. Sometimes we do have to hedge bets, but if we know, for example, in this race that whoever the Republican that breaks out of the primary is anti-Indian, then this would give us the opportunity to do $5,000 now for Corn and $5,000 in the second election cycle, potentially. Couldn't we?
It's just 5,000.
He
Is it
doesn't have,
5,000 max?
he doesn't have a primary. So there's not a second cycle?
I thought even if he didn't have an opponent, this would be one cycle and the second would be a second cycle. Okay. All right, thank you for the clarification. All right, so now we have the Oklahoma Senate. We have Oklahoma Rising PAC, which is a Republican PAC. Might as well get up, Chief, and
Actually, both of these go together. The rural Republican PAC, and then the second one is the Route 66, is Brian Bingman's PAC. He'll probably be the Senate Pro Tem. They were helpful in a couple of issues, English only to some degree, and charter school efforts. Also, we vetted these with Margaret Erling. She pretty well has mapped out who has influence at the Capitol.
yes, Councilman Hoskins.
I just wondered why the Democrat senatorial PAC is not up this month. There isn't a Senate Democrat PAC, is that?
I'll have to, I don't know. I can find out.
Because it's obviously a critical time in the cycle for both parties, and
Sometimes folks don't ask,
sure.
and that's maybe why it's not on this.
Okay, thank you.
Make a motion to approve 8 and 9.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
So, motion by Jack Baker, second by Brad Cobb. I do have a question. So have we not given it all to the, I can't remember, to the Democratic senatorial
We have
PAC?
in the past.
No,
No,
state.
the state,
I can't tell you off memory, I can find out.
not this year.
We have in the past, but not this year.
Okay. So we have a motion on the floor for the two Republican PACs for $5,000 each. Any other questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same side.
Aye.
So we have 3 nays. We have Don Garvin, Jody Fishing Hawk, and Tony Gloria Jordan. Okay. So we're done with the Oklahoma Senates, except or the PACs. Now we have District 42 Cliff Aldridge for $2,000. Yes, Councilwoman.
Too early to ask a question? Or do we need a motion first?
Oh, it would be nice to have a motion. Do I hear a motion?
I move it be approved.
Then Jack Baker, and who seconds? The party's getting no love.
Second.
Okay, right. Okay,
Do all of the remainder of the list have opponents?
Yes.
I
There-
understand they either
There's one
have,
exception. Everybody has an opponent except Lee Denny. He's the chair of the Education Committee.
Tip 2?
Lee Denny, 33.
Lee Denny is number 21.
And he's chair of what?
Education, it's a woman, I guess. She's the chair of the Education Committee. Would recommend, that's number 21, would recommend $2,000. The others that we're recommending have, there's one other exception, and it's number 42, Chris Steele. And is that he's the new Speaker of the House. So that's the only non-opponents we have, is the Chair of Education and the new Speaker of the House.
And are any of the remaining individuals being given money by any other entities of Cherokee Nation?
No.
And do we know their record on voting on past Indian issues?
Yes.
And have everyone that's not red with the line mark through them, have they been favorable to issues pertaining to Cherokee Nation?
Yes.
Yes, Councilman Buzzer.
And she asked part of the question, Chief, but like some of the people with the red line through them, In the first pack, we were given a donation, this one we're not. Why is that now?
Well, if you'd like for me to explain the exceptions to expedite things, I'd be glad to.
Please go ahead, if there's no objections.
Okay. Bill Brown, number 12, has no opponent. Number 14, Constant Johnson, has several Democrats running in her primary. Number 17, John Offit, is a controversial issue. He has been very friendly to the Cherokee Nation. You can ask for a better public official, but unfortunately, there's a Cherokee who's elected to file against him, a young man named Porkiller. And so that is probably one of those questions we ought to discuss, because that's one of those tough political calls. You've got a true friend who's helped us in every way he can, but he's got a Cherokee challenger. So we haven't recommended him at this time. Number 20, Doug Cox, has no opponent. 33, I explained to that. Number 22, no opponent. 24, has no leadership capacity. Number 31 through 37 have no opponents. 44 has no opponent. 46 and 47 have no opponents. So the filing period was just a few days ago. That's why they were our friends, but under the principle we don't need to give to them because they don't have a race.
Yes, Councilwoman.
Hold on.
Councilman Buzzard, were you done?
I guess
I'm
it's
sorry.
a follow-up question. On like 17, if he gets back into the runoff, then we may look at supporting it the second
Yes.
one. Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. Yes, Councilwoman Jordan.
I note here that we have 2 exceptions where they don't have opponents.
Yes.
And I just ask for your consideration, Chief, in adding to this list Chuck Hoskins Sr., because we'll find no better person in the House supportive of Cherokee issues than Mr. Hoskins Sr.
Well, he did not support us on charter schools.
But is that the only thing? Because
saying-
I'm not for charter schools, so.
Well, see, that means about $600,000 or $700,000 to us each year in support for immersion school. And it's not that's not the reason you ask about support. If he hasn't drawn an opponent. The 2 exceptions are in positions of leadership. One is the chair of the Education Committee, and the other one is the new Speaker of the House.
But is Chuck Hoskins Sr. not in a position to help move some legislation just simply because he's Cherokee and he's there and he's for us?
Well, I don't know that he needs money to do that for us, since he doesn't have a race.
But these other folks, you think do need money from us
They're not Cherokee.
to move legislation?
Well, we could say the same thing about the Cherokee members that we've already, for example, Cliff Brandon, he's a Cherokee member, tribal member.
I
You
mean,
might not have to give money to him.
here's the way I see it. If they're not running, I had initially wrote down on the list that was provided to us, no opponent, no money. They don't need the money because this money is for them to run a campaign. If they're not running a campaign, let's don't give them any money. Let's be fair to everyone.
And you'll have the chance to vote on it. You asked me for my considerations, those are my considerations.
So 21 and 42 are not running.
They have no opponent. 42 is the Speaker of the House. 21 is the Chair of the Education Committee.
Councilwoman, did you have any other questions?
No.
Thank you. Councilman Hoskins?
Thank you, Commissioner. Has there been any particular issue with Representative Martin and his support for Cherokee issues? Has he fallen short at all? Or is Steve Martin of
Number?
Washington?
27.
Yeah.
He has not he's pretty much rode the fence. He's not been extremely supportive. nor he has been oppositional.
He has an opponent, right? I believe he does.
Yes.
Thank you.
Did you have any other questions? Are there any other, the motion before us at this time is $2,000 to Republican Senator from District 42, Cliff Aldridge. Seeing no other questions, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same side. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, so,
Put me down as no. I just, unless they're doing something for us or good for us, I'm not voting for them anymore.
Well, Aldridge was very supportive on their charter bill. So that, if you want to equate, that means about $600,000 or $700,000.
I think that the murmurings you're hearing is that maybe we need to take some time in Education Committee to discuss charter schools.
Well, the charter school language we got was to help fund our immersion school. Otherwise, we've been still out of our own pocket. Whether we go to other places as charters is a separate question. But the current status of the bill that we had from the Oklahoma legislature was that we could charter our immersion school.
And Chief Smith, I've been following it, but I think it would be warranted to maybe have some time during the next Education Committee to discuss that in particular.
Thank you.
Okay, so we go on. Cliff Brannon for $5,000, Republican Senator from District 40, Cliff Brannon.
I make a motion to be approved. He is a Cherokee citizen.
Second.
From where?
Oklahoma City.
We have
He's my senator.
a motion from Jack Baker and a second from Brad Cobb. Are there any questions? I assume he's not like your state house rep, I hope. Okay, so all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously for $5,000 to Cliff Brannon. Next one is Senator Harry Coates from the Seminole area, District 28, Republican, for $5,000. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Brad Cobb with the second from Jack Baker. Any questions?
Does anybody know anything about it?
Yes,
this is an outstanding, he's split with his party on English only and defending the tribes and maintaining their language. He's extremely bold, high integrity. He's one of those people who have strong, proven support of Indians.
He is somebody that crosses the aisle. Okay.
Well, and this is the information I want to know, other than a name and money next to it. What have they done? I mean, I think that's a fair question to ask on behalf of my constituents. What are we getting for this? Because we could be building houses with this. So I want to know, what are we going to get from each one of these? Well, you can't ask them what they're going to give you, but you can assert from what they've done in the past what they might possibly do in the future.
And I'll be glad to go down as you and give you the reasons why we
Okay,
recommend.
so we have a motion on the floor for Senator Harry Coates for $5,000. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Shall I respond to Andrew Rice? He's the new minority leader. He's in a very influential position. So we believe he's at a pivotal place that we need to contribute.
Do I hear a motion for $5,000 to Democratic Senator Andrew Rice? Councilman Don Garvin.
Why is that in red, 5,000 in red?
You went from 2 to 5, I think.
I think it's because the amount changed.
We increased from 2 to 5.
35.
From 2,000 to 5,000.
I'll make a motion to be approved.
I second it.
That's motion made by Don Garvin, seconded by Janelle Fulbright. Are there any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
John Sparks is a Cherokee citizen. He's been helpful in all of our issues.
Move for approval.
Second.
So motion by Brad Cobb and second by Don Garvin. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Okay, number 18, Mike Brown's daughter worked for us.
Move for approval.
I'll second.
So, Bill John Baker, seconded by Jack Baker. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
And Cody, she's very supportive of tribal issues. She's on leadership position in the House Committee on Education.
Move for approval.
Second.
She chaired.
Don Garvin, seconded by Jack Baker. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign.
Okay, Jeff Hickman, number 23, he's in leadership.
Lee Denny.
Okay, lead inning. Chair of the Education Committee.
Do I hear a motion to approve? Do I hear a motion to approve?
I move to be approved.
Jack Baker, do I hear a second?
Second.
Brad Cobb. Any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
I have 3 ayes. I have Bill John Baker, Tina Gloria Jordan, and Jody Fishing Hawk. That passes.
Just in her defense, we'll have more issues with the Education Committee on the schools, so she may be some value. Number
Councilman
23.
Baker, did you have a question?
No, other than you said those were 3 ayes, the rest.
3 nays.
Nays.
Thank you. Did you?
I was just going to
Correct
clarify
that.
that, if we're going to have exceptions, we need to look at others, and I'm not going to vote for one exception if we don't look at others. So,
Okay.
Were we on Representative Denny?
Yes.
Was that just voted on?
That was just voted on.
23.
Now we're on Jeff Hickman.
He's in leadership. He's the possible appropriations chair.
That's for $5,000 to Republican State House Representative Jeff Hickman.
I move to be approved.
I'll second that.
And Councilwoman Jordan.
But how has he been on Indian issues? Specifically Cherokee interested in issues?
He's been supportive. There's nobody on this list that has not helped us or been supportive.
What particular issues, Chief, has he helped us
don't know.
with?
I don't know.
I didn't hear.
I don't know. I can't give you his history right now. I can find out for you.
Are there any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. This is for Jeff Hickman for $5,000. All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
I have 2 nays. I have Jody and Tina.
Okay, 25, Scott Inman. He's the new minority leader of the House. So he's in a position that can make things happen.
Move for approval.
second.
Don Garvin, seconded by Bill John. All those in favor signify by saying
Any particular Indian issues he's
No.
helped us with in the past?
I can't say what issue that he's been a champion for. So
Do you have any other questions, Councilwoman?
No, thank you.
Councilman Hoskin?
You know, with respect to all of these representatives, where they stood on English only?
yes, we pulled off those who did not support. Oh, on English only, we
Yes.
pulled them off.
Even Representative Denny supported us on English only?
That was our instructions, wanted to pull off everybody who didn't support us in English only. We may have made an error, but that was one of the screens.
I might double check Representative Denny.
I'll be glad to.
So this is for Scott Inman for $5,000. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Aye.
2 ayes, or 2 nays, excuse me. I know. Jody.
26, Ken Luttrell, his Cherokee Citizens, been helpful on every issue.
I move for his approval.
Second.
Any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Steve Martin has been less than enthusiastic in support of us, but he's a tribal member.
He's a Cherokee.
Yes, Councilwoman.
He's a Cherokee member,
I'm pretty sure.
but he's made derogatory remarks.
No, I stand corrected. I stand corrected.
He is a citizen.
Steve Martin is a citizen.
He is a citizen of the Cherokee Nation.
I have a question for Councilman Cobb. Is this your buddy from up there?
Isn't that what?
Is he from up in your area?
He is. He's a member of the Washington County Cherokee Association also. He is the parliamentarian.
Can you talk to us more about what Councilwoman Jordan has said is derogatory remarks about the tribe from him?
Now that I can't address, and I'm not doing lawyer speak. I can on that part.
He, actually, my understanding is, has made remarks about taking our money but not helping us. And that was a concern. I don't know the gentleman, but it is a concern when he would openly make such remarks that on the one hand, I'll be glad to take their money, but on the other hand, I'm not helping them.
I can't verify that he said that or not. I can just say that his support has been less than enthusiastic.
Given what I know, I would entertain a motion to table until the next
Motion
meeting.
to table till the next meeting.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign.
Number 28, Jenny McDaniel's extremely supportive of tribal issues. She's in the minority leadership in the House.
Move for approval.
I second it.
Any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign.
Sky McNeil is a leadership position. She's a leadership whip. She's from Tulsa and Creek counties.
Do I hear a motion to approve? For $5,000 to Sky McNeil.
I move should be approved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any questions? Yes, Councilwoman Jordan.
Again, how has she been on past issues pertaining to Cherokee issues that we're interested in?
She's voted with us consistently.
Do you have any other questions, Councilwoman?
No.
Seeing none? Seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Now we have $2,000 for Oklahoma House Democrat Danny Morgan.
He's in minority leadership and has been supportive.
Move for approval.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Do I have any questions? Yes, Councilwoman.
What has he done on past issues?
He's been supportive.
Any other questions? Danny Morgan for $2,000. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously.
Mike Shelton is he's in leadership in the Black Caucus. He gave us a hard time initially on the Freedmen issue, but since that time he's been supportive of tribal issues.
Can you repeat that?
I prefer not to, but
I'm sorry. I was.
For the camera.
yeah, let me get my profile up there.
I'm sorry.
Initially, wasn't very supportive on the Freedmen issue. Since that time, we've been able to explain the issue with him, and he's been very supportive of Indian issues, and especially the Black Caucus and English only. So, actually, the Black Caucus, and we have a real good relationship.
Okay.
Are there any other questions concerning Mike Shelton for $2,000? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Oh, we don't have a motion. What am I getting ahead of it? So who has a motion to approve? Jack left the room, so somebody's going to
Move for
talk.
approval.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Jerry Shoemake.
He's from, let me ask, Don may know him better than anybody, but he's been supportive and voted with us on issues.
Indian Creek.
Is he Creek?
And he's married to a Cherokee.
No, you're talking about McNeil.
I don't know if he's a citizen or not, but he's been very supportive. I make a motion to approve.
So you making the motion to approve? Dawn?
Second.
Yes.
Seconded by Harley. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, number 40, Jamar Shoemake. He's in leadership in the Black Caucus. He's very helpful in our charter bill. He is, again, one of those guys who, with the Freedmen issue, that had questions, but since then has been a very strong supporter of Indian country. English only, the Charterville, study of Oklahoma for history, mandatory history. So he's somebody we strongly recommend.
All those in,
Your district.
in the second from,
Smith, yes.
do we have a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion from Buell and we have a second from Brad Cobb. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
41 Glenn, Bud Smithson, he has an opponent. He's from Sequoia County. He's voted with us consistently. I think Sequoia County folks know him.
Democrat or Republican opponent?
He's the Democrat. He's got
A Republican opponent.
Okay, but he doesn't have a Democrat opponent, right? Is that right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know. He does
Okay.
not have a Democrat.
He has
Move for
to vote
approval.
on it. Yeah.
Do I have a second? Bill John, okay, Don Garvin seconds. Is there any questions about Glenn Bud Smithson? $5,000. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
42 Chris Steele, the new Speaker of the House, which is in a very influential position.
I move it be approved.
Second.
Any questions? Yes,
But
Councilman.
this one has no opponent, right?
Correct.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Abstain.
Yes. Jack Baker made the motion. Brad Cobb seconded it. We had two, Tanya and Jody voted no, and we had one abstention.
And 43 Dan Sullivan's from Tulsa. He has an opponent. He's the chairman of the Tribal Relations Committee. He's always been very helpful and supportive of the Cherokee Nation.
I move it be approved.
Second.
We had a motion by Jack and a second by Buell. All those any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Then number 45, John Treblecock. He presented the compact for us in off-track betting, so he's been very supportive.
Move for approval.
Second.
So Brad Cobb and Buell English. Are there any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign. Passing is yes. Councilman Baker.
Sure. Quick. I had sent over a list that has 4 representatives on it that have been supportive. They might have voted against the charter school. But when you're talking Democrat and Republican politics in the state of Oklahoma, charter school in most Democrat platforms means doing away with your rural schools. So I mean, it might have been a special issue as far as our school or our immersion school, but it would be a tough thing to sell for most Democrats to go charter school. That's just it's part of the platform, and if that's the only thing that they voted against us on, I would highly recommend that we do Ed Kennedy from Forum, who, you know, Chuck Sr. has said, you know, he's supported on every issue that we've had, but I guess Chuck didn't support the charter school. Brian Renninger from McAllister, Wallace Collins from Norman, and Al McAfee from Oklahoma City, all incumbents.
Councilman Baker, I
Yes.
apologize. What I would like to do, because I think that we do need to consider these folks and we need to vet them with and work with Chief Smith and Ginger and such. Can we have another meeting at the time of Rules and Executive and Finance? We're back in 10 days and consider these additions at that time. It'd still be before the primary. Is that satisfied?
I just,
So you're going to email those to me so I can work with them to make sure they get fully considered? Okay. Councilwoman? Because we are at the time of council meeting.
I have an added request, if this is a possibility, from this point forward, that we get third-party ratings on all of these people and a report from Ginger as to voting on past issues that are critical to Cherokee Nation, how they have voted, so that we have more information on each of the individuals that come before us.
It's going to be very difficult to get a third-party rating because nobody does it for Indian issues. You know, oil and gas industry has some rankings, education has, so third-party ranking is going to be very difficult.
We don't have any entity that does any rankings on Indian issues.
May I suggest something? If there's we could take a spreadsheet, and if there's an issue, like for example, English only, you can show whether or not they voted yes or no, and because we consistently have at least 3 to 5 major issues a year, and then we could at least assess them based on their up or down vote on each one of
We
those.
can provide a voting record.
Would that be,
Yes.
okay. I think that'd be much more reasonable without,
I just want to do my due diligence on
Absolutely.
each one of these individuals. Since this is Cherokee Nation money, I want to make sure that we're using it to where it's going to benefit us.
absolutely. And I think any comments, if you have suggestions on how to actually logistically do that, if you'll email them to me, I will work with Ginger and Chief Smith.
Well, I
to
think
get
you
that.
have a pretty good grasp of what I'm asking
Okay.
for.
Yep. So,
Move we adjourn.
do I hear a second?
You'll need a second.
Okay. I think we're good.